So I'm not feeling too good today, so um I'm just gonna go walk to the corner and back. But I'm not gonna record any of that because it's just me going to the corner and back. But I'm gonna put some clips um of me when I drove around around downtown where I live, which would be about 15-20 minutes away from where I am. Yeah, just today is just not one of those days. You know, it's not. It's just not my anxiety that's really getting to me. It's just me not feeling too good. So I don't want to overwork myself. I'm not gonna like. I don't want to. You know, I just don't want to get sick. That's how I don't know. I'm like my mind is so off today. A little struggling thinking today. I'm not like really, not really thinking. I was like I feel lost and confused today. I don't know. It's like my mindset is not here today. For whatever reason. I think it's because it almost been 2 years. With this disorder. So it'll be 2 years sometime in mid-May. So right now it's already midweek of April. So I say about a month away it will be my second year with this disorder. It will be my second year with panic disorder and my first full year of leaving my house every day. So I'm happy that I've been leaving my house for almost 1 year every day. So I'm not gonna let me just walk into the corner and back bring me down. It's okay to have a bad day, a couple of bad days, but letting it get to you, that just adds up to more depression, more anxiety, more stress. It just adds up. One thing I need to learn is stop thinking about the past. Stop thinking, worrying about when my anxiety got worse, when it was good, why did it happen, what if I didn't leave my house that day, would I had a panic attack? All this why, what if this is, it's just gonna slowly make you feel more depressed. That's what I'm trying to say. Like today, it's not my day today. I was feeling sick all day. I was feeling nauseated. I didn't get much sleep last night as well, so that most likely today that added up to me not feeling well. Well, I mean, I'm not feeling well. It's just I just don't feel well. Like I'm like, it's like I have a stomach bug or something right now. And it's making me feel. It's making my anxiety worse. It's not the anxiety that's making me feel sick. It's me feeling sick is creating that anxiety. So it's not me having a panic attack, and it's just me genuinely not feeling well. And I think it's important when you're not feeling well, especially with anxiety. You have to listen to your body. If your body's telling you, take a day off from going for a walk. Heck, I might not even go for a walk. I might go for a walk to the corner. I might not. But this is me still exposing myself being away from my house. Sure, my house is just a couple of feet away from me, in front of me, but like I mentioned so many times, remember I was bedridden for months and months where I will only lay down. I will lay down, I say 99% of the time. The other percent of the time is me going to the bathroom and sitting down and eating. When I was eating my lunch, my dinner, or whatever, I was sitting down on my bed eating. You know, I would not even eat anywhere. I would anywhere away from my bed. I wouldn't eat in the kitchen. I wouldn't eat in the dining room. I will only eat in the comfort of my own room. So for me to come outside, even if I'm just sitting inside my car right now, while I'm feeling sick, that's a big plus for me. Because when I used to feel this sick, with food poisoning, upset stomach, any nauseated feeling, even when I didn't have this disorder, I would not even attempt to leave my house, you know, because if I was driving and I feel nauseated, instantly would make me want to throw up. And I used to drive a small little sports car, you know, a small little 2-passenger sport car, and when I felt sick to my stomach, anytime I was driving the car, and you know, any little bumps, any little, if I drove over a little mess up pavement on the street, it would make me want to puke. And I had actually got so sick one day at work. This was maybe in 2011 or so. When I got so sick, I was unable to stay at work. You know, I was only at work for half the day. Came home because I was feeling nauseated. I think I had food poisoning. So I drove my car, my little sport car. While I was on the freeway, I had to drive, you know, like 60 miles per hour or 65. You know, I would only drive maybe 5 miles below the speed limit or the exact speed limit. Keep in mind, this is when I used to work graveyard, and I was heading home around, I don't know, maybe 2 a.m., 3 a.m. So there was hardly any cars, so which was a good thing, because you know, I was feeling so sick. There was time I would have to, you know, drive and then stop on the side of the freeway because I was feeling so sick, and I would just, you know, just stop there, let my stomach kind of rest, and then keep going. When I got near my house, about, I don't know, 5 minutes away from my house, 10 minutes away from my house, I got off the freeway, 10 minutes away from the house, like I mentioned. I just, stomach felt so nauseated. It's like nothing but like little bumps on the road, and driving a little 2-passenger car was not good. So I just, once I got home, I had to go knock on the door, listen, because I had to throw up. I couldn't even, I was feeling so sick, I couldn't even, you know, I was shaking so bad, because that's one of my phobias, you know, throwing up is one of my phobias. Upset stomach is something that I can't handle, you know. No one likes having an upset stomach, no one likes getting nauseated, but especially when you have the phobia with it, you know, that's even worse. You know, people, for me personally, I don't drink. You know, if I did drink, it wouldn't be that much. It would be like once every few years, well, maybe once a day every couple of years or something. It wouldn't be that much, because me having that fear of throwing up, that's why I don't drink. So people might look at me and say, "Oh, you look like you drink, you smoke." I don't drink, I don't even smoke. Even when I smell like cigarettes or any other thing that smells, it makes me want to throw up. It upsets my stomach. You know, there's things that if I eat something, it makes me feel sick. Once I don't want to eat it, you know, I'll stay away from it. So that's how bad I get with that phobia. So, you know, just imagine how it feels. So that's why, even though I'm outside right now, and people might be saying, well, that doesn't count as me leaving my house. Like I mentioned, you know, I might not be inside my house. I might not be too far from my house. I'm just a couple of feet away from my house. You know, but just keep in mind, once you're bedridden for so long, you feel sick and you don't want to get off your bed, go into your car, sitting outside anywhere away from your comfort zone, which would be most likely your bedroom. To me, that's still exposing myself. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm exposing myself, by sitting in the car, instead of being in my room. Once I opened the door, I felt completely nauseated, because my mind already knew, like, hey, where are you going? And then I just closed the door. I didn't let my mind get to me. Didn't stop me from opening the door. Sure, I'm sitting in my car like for the last, I don't know, almost 11 minutes, but it still feels good for me to even get out of my house when I'm feeling like this. But at the same time, I'm not going to make myself feel any worse by walking. But as long as I'm outside, even if I'm sitting in the car, that's still considered me being away from my comfort zone, so I'll still take that as exposing myself. I might, like I said, I might go for a walk to the block. I might not. I'm not gonna let that get to me, because if it gets to me, it's just gonna make me feel really bad. But like I said, maybe I'll do some clips of me, of me driving through downtown San Jose. Most of it was from towards the beginning of the year. Some of it was from last year. Keep in mind, I didn't start driving again till this past October. So, actually, I think most of me driving to downtown was from last year. I don't know if I drove to the downtown this year. So yeah, but some people actually enjoy, like, watching those little clips of me walking or driving. It's because you get to see the area I live in, the city where I live in, instead of like staring at my face all the time. You can go see those little clips on the side. But yeah, like I said, never let yourself fall back into depression because you can only walk a couple blocks, a couple houses down, especially when you're not feeling too well or anything like that. So I don't know. Maybe I will go for a walk to the block. Maybe I won't. But to me, this is still exposing myself, like I said over and over. Leaving the house while I feel like I don't want to leave the house, that's still exposure. Some people say, what's so hard about leaving the house when you're sick? Most likely those are the people that don't have anxiety. When I didn't have anxiety, if my stomach wasn't upset and I had the cold or the flu, I would leave the house. I would go to work. If where I work sees that I'm too sick with the flu, you don't want to spread the flu, so I will call work and they'll say, what, you have the flu, stay home. If I go to work and they see that I'm not feeling well, they'll just ask me to go home, and then I'll say, okay, I'm not gonna I want to stay at work, because they know that I might get even sicker or spread whatever I have. So that's why it's important for me to say, if I'm not going to go for a walk, even to the block, even to the corner, I'm not going to get upset. But I'm still going to be like, I expose myself by getting myself off my bed. That's an exposure. People going to realize, say, that doesn't count. You're only a couple of feet from your house. Exposure therapy meaning you expose yourself to whatever makes you panic. If you feel sick with a panic attack, most likely you're not going to want to leave your house. So me walking out the front door while I'm feeling sick, that's exposure therapy. I might not go for a walk, but I left the front. Actually, I did two things. First, I got off my bed. Number two, I walked out the door. So that's exposure. So remember, that counts. Whatever you do, if you can't stay in someone, if you can't leave your room, and you one day you went, actually, if you're going to go to your room and go to your bathroom, most likely you have to use the bathroom, and your kitchen to get food, wood, or whatever it is, but you can't sit in the living room for whatever reason. I personally had that same problem. I couldn't sit in the living room for the longest time. And you practice sitting in the living room or any other room in your house that you're not comfortable with, that's still considered exposure therapy. You have to expose yourself to whatever makes you uncomfortable. It doesn't matter if it's inside your house or outside your house. If it's inside your house, then expose yourself to whatever that part of your house is. Like I mentioned before, I couldn't go to my kitchen, the living room, the dining room. I could only go to the bathroom. Even going to the bathroom was a trigger for me because I would feel so dizzy. If I look at the toilet, the stall, in my mind, I was like, I look at it, I'm like, oh my God, I'm only here because I feel like I have to throw up, but I'm here because I have to take a shower, use the bathroom, or brush my teeth and whatnot. But I'm not here just to throw up, anything like that. So whatever it is that you have to expose yourself to, you expose yourself to it. It doesn't matter if it's being inside your house in a place that you're not comfortable with. It doesn't matter if you expose yourself to your car. I talked to a few people that said they're not able to drive, but they, because their first panic attack happened inside their car, even though they drove far, they were a passenger in the car. Just like myself, my first panic attack happened in my car. So actually I'm actually doing 3 exposures right now. First one, get off my room while I'm feeling sick. Number 2, walk out the door. Number 3, sit in my car where I had my first panic attack. So that's 3 exposure therapy. So keep in mind, like I said, it doesn't matter. You don't have to actually leave your house to consider as a therapy, as long as you're doing something that exposing yourself. It could be you exposing yourself to a simple, like let's say a symptom. You feel dizzy, you don't want to get off your bed. Get off your bed. That's exposure. You feel sick to your stomach, you want to lay down. Get off, sit down on a chair, even if it's in your room. That's still considered an exposure because you're sitting down, you're not laying down. Things like that. So remember, exposure therapy, meaning you expose yourself to something that will make you panic. It doesn't mean you have to leave your house. So people will say, well, that's exposure therapy, meaning you leave your house. No. Exposure therapy meaning you're doing something that makes you panic. So it doesn't matter what it is. So keep that in mind. But yeah, maybe I will go for a walk, maybe I won't, but like I mentioned, you don't want to overdo it, because if you overdo it and then you feel even sicker, you're gonna start saying, oh my God, I'm overdoing it, I'm gonna get sicker. So for me, just getting off my bed, walking out the house and sitting in my car, that might just be enough for me. Anyways, that's pretty much it.